$100 million contract for Caitlin Clark to be headliner. Saudi-backed basketball league preparing to give WNBA a run for its money. Led by superstar A'ja Wilson, who's continually making her case to be in the GOAT conversation when her illustrious career is over, the Las Vegas Aces took home their third WNBA championship in the last 4 seasons. With the 4-game sweep of the Phoenix Mercury, Wilson became the first player in WNBA history to win MVP, DPOY WNBA Finals MVP, and the scoring title in the same season. Now, as the WNBA heads into its offseason and a brand new CBA, collective bargaining agreement, looming, the talk around the league is, where does it go from here? With the ugly and catty back and forth between Minnesota Lynx superstar Napheesa Collier and WNBA Commissioner Cathy Engelbert over the last couple weeks, things aren't looking good as it pertains to the players and the league's leadership, as most players have sided with Collier, calling out the Engelbert and her perceived lack of quality leadership over the last 6+ seasons. Saudi-backed league could push unrivaled, but Collier might have something more important to tend to, as her lead, Unrivaled, is reportedly set to face a stiff challenge from another league sooner than later. As Unrivaled prepares for year 2 after a successful inaugural season, reports are a Saudi-backed league currently titled Project B is aiming to take that spot. Project B is a global basketball league that has a who's who list of investors and advisors, including Candace Parker, former NFL legend Steve Young, tennis legend Novak Djokovic, and women's tennis star Sloane Stephens could push the league out. They even have former WNBA star Alana Beard already locked in as chief basketball officer. Per reports, the league has already signed WNBA players, and while its season timeframe won't overlap the WNBA season, it will do so with Unrivaled. In fact, one fan stated, "Looks like Unrivaled will have to drop UN from its name." The league is projected to start next fall and run from November to April. How it could affect the WNBA? With the WNBA's biggest issue being salaries for its players, a league like Project B could cause problems like LIV Golf did for the PGA, something that ultimately led to the two even discussing a merger at one point. While that doesn't seem like it will happen at the moment, LIV's arrival has still threw a serious monkey wrench in the PGA's process. With the aforementioned CBA talks expected to heat up over the coming weeks and months, players' salaries will be a real sticking point, and with Project B being backed by the oil-rich Saudis, in the words of Atlanta rap icon Jermaine Dupri, money ain't a thing. Think about it like this: what if the league offered Caitlin Clark $100 million, and say Angel Reed's $50 million per season to play? The likelihood is it would be an exclusively deal to play with them only, taking 2 of the WNBA's 2 biggest stars away. And while Reese participates in Unrivaled, Clark doesn't, which is something else to ponder. Caitlin is the only player that would draw international crowds. $100 million contract for her to be the headliner. One fan said, "So if Clark does this, the W will go back to flying commercial and staying in Motel 6s. If not folding altogether eventually," another fan said. "That's a lot of money, and it will be in direct competition to Unrivaled, and down the line, maybe even the WNBA. It will be interesting to see who they get. And with that amount of money on offer, probably a fair few players, no doubt." "Yeah, it's overseas, but if you can earn millions," another fan said. "They ruined the PGA by paying golfers money some would have never made in their life. Now they're giving basketball a shot. Pretty sure, like golf, there's probably lots of takers lining up," another fan said. With Saudi money, Unrivaled would be in serious trouble. If this is true, they should let the WNBA buy them out and take their profits and run. No brainer, another fan spewed. What would Project B look like? Per Sam Amick of The Athletic, via multiple sources, the league will begin with 6 teams of 11 players that will participate in 7 two-week tournaments in cities across Europe, Asia, and the Americas, and is already 2 years in the making. Amick also states the Saudis want to capitalize on the immense growth and interest in the sport that's taken place over the last couple of seasons.